Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. Today we're going to be bringing back something I haven't done in quite a while, and that is the gameplay review series, the gameplay reviews. I used to do these quite a bit, and I kind of took a break to focus more on gameplays, but by popular demand, people have been asking for them back, and you know what? Why not? I haven't done one in a while, so we're going to do a gameplay review again. So this game, we have an Ormond who is rank 2. Well, I think you can see it all in the title of the YouTube video. It's an Ormond that's rank 2 with 2,000. Wait, it's rank 2 with 450 hours, not 2,450. This is rank 2, 450 hours. There should be like a line here. Pretend there's a line here. Also, we have our handy dandy drawer, so we can, doodle stuff. So like if I'm like, hey, the Legion's gonna go over there instead of over there, I can draw that all out. So that's gonna be a fun time. So yeah. We're gonna do this. If you guys are interested in learning a thing or two while I also watch some gameplay and crack some jokes about it, then hang tight. So just to start out, let's go. So it's Legion and it's on Ormond, which already that's unfortunate. Wait, they hit the thing. Did they burn an Ormond offering? Wait, I didn't go far enough back. They did. They burned an Ormond offering. These dicks. These guys are dicks. One of these guys is a dick for sure. So already on the bat, like, this sucks. You're like one of the weakest killers and you're on one of the worst maps for killer, which already is a bummer. But let's start out by talking about your build, because I think that's the most important thing. It looks like you have the yellow add-on for duration, so slightly more duration on your Feral Frenzy, and then you have the green knife, which is the green version of more deep wound. So slightly longer to get out of deep wound and slightly more duration on your Feral Frenzy, which are both just decent add-ons. Like, I don't think the Legion has any add-ons that are like insane. They're all just like okay, basically. So I mean, these are fine. Nothing really to say about that. Your build is very interesting. So first things first, I think the elephant in the room of this build is you're running Pop and Surge, which is a really interesting combination of perks. Because say a gen is like 99% done, and then you get Surge to go off on it. Like say like Pop's gone, like say you just activate Surge on it. If no one's actually working on that gen, then it kind of screws over your Pop, because then you can't kick it with Pop. So it's like a weird combo because you can potentially screw yourself over. But also, if you can manage to get Surge on a gen that they're actively working on, you can get the 7% from Surge, and then also get the 25% from Pop. It ends up being like a 32% reduction. I think Surge is 7. So this has potential to like regress like a third of a gen, which is a fuck ton. But it also has potential to screw you over too. So this is a really interesting combo. I'm not going to say it's bad to run it. I'm just going to say it's interesting, that's all I'll say. Throwing Tremors is a great perk, especially in combination with Pop, so these two have great synergy. And I think I'm All Ears is just a very underrated perk, and I think it's actually very good, and I'm curious to see if you're going to get any value out of it. There's not really much to say. You don't have any tracking perks, which I don't think is necessarily that needed. So I think we should just see how it plays out with these. And honestly, the build is not that bad. I'll say this much, with the current state of DBD, I feel like pretty much everyone should just be running Ruin Undying, because that combination is insane. But it's nice to see some cool builds like this, All right, so let's see how this actually plays out. So you spawn up here and there's an obsession. So we are gonna have to worry about DS and the like. This map, oh man, this map is just so huge. It's just so freaking huge, but you do find people right away. You find people working on a gen. There's a Fang, pop your power. Very good. You take the angle wide. You look nice. You look for the turnaround. That's like the way that people usually play Tiles and Windows, is they wait for you to vault and then they try to vault whatever you vaulted, like back at you. Okay, you respect it a little bit. Do you still get the hit here? You do. Good. Okay, keep going. I think I might want to make a comment on that, but I'm just gonna let you keep going for a second. She fake vaulted that, which is really smart on her part. Is she gonna get away with this? Is she not gonna get hit? Lunge, you tried. All right, well, you fell for a fake vault there, but that's actually kind of okay. Like that happens to the best of them. I want to back it up to where you were chasing this Dwight at the Pallet. This is where I want to talk real quick. Wait, before this. Like when you go up to this Pallet right here, this is a weird situation, because what you should be doing is you should be respecting this Pallet a little bit. Like a little bit of respect. And just to clarify what I mean about respect, like when you respect a Pallet, respecting a Pallet basically means like trying to avoid the stun, right? Like if you don't respect the Pallet, that means you like pretend it's not there and you just walk right through it and you're like, yeah, go ahead and stun me. Like I give a shit, That's not respecting a Pallet. Respecting a Pallet means like backing away from it. Like you respect it a lot here. Like you walk up and you like back up. They can see you like back up and like, oh God, I don't want to get stunned, I think you did that really good. And I just want to throw that out there to any like Legion player. The way that you want to play most pallets is you want to respect it a little bit, because you do want to watch out for stuns, but you want to make sure that if they don't get the stun, that you're able to catch up before they do a loop and get back to it, right? You did a really good job right there. I just want to clarify on that. You did a really good job there. Like, doing that, like, little bit of respect, but not fully amount of respect is really good. I want to say here, like, this is a pretty obvious mistake, but I feel like I just want to say, like, you're pretty close to her, right? You're pretty close to her. You're almost within swinging range. So, like, you not just holding W here, like, you're a Legion. Like, the benefit of your power is that you can just hold W, you know? Like, you can vault this window. You don't have to predict window vaults. You can fucking vault after her, you know? So, this is a pretty unnecessary play here. Again, like, I think you already know the mistake you made, but I think that this is definitely a mistake, like, because you're Legion. This isn't just like a regular killer mistake. If you were like a regular 4.6 killer, this would just be a good fake vault. But as Legion, you should never even be going for this. Like, you can literally hold W and still get a hit here. Like, if you just hold W and chase her down while following her in a straight line, you get the hit guaranteed. Like, even if she vaults the window, you just immediately vault the window after her and chase her down before she gets anywhere, right? You, like, falling for that fake vault, like, prevents you from getting that hit, which is kind of a bummer. But it's okay, because use your power, and then you find the Dwight that was injured, and you found him at some T-walls, too, which is nice, because T-walls kind of suck balls. All right, he gets a vault. You're not really looking for it, but... Okay, you look for it that time, but he faked it. I'd like to see more, like, moonwalks and stuff. Okay, well, he kind of just runs at you and goes down. You get surge value. Sounds like someone's working on that generator beside you. What the fuck? Hello? Why is there an injured Feng Min just doing a generator right beside the killer, like, acting like you're not even there? Hello? Is this guy okay? Interesting. Okay, so anyway, you pick up the Feng. You can see that Jennifer there. You can see it with thrilling tremors. That means someone's on it. So you should definitely, yep, you're going to go kick it and then go back, which is really smart. Ooh, are you going to get it? Damn, she got it. That's a bummer. Well, what are you going to do? Pop goes the weasel, man. That's how Pop goes the weasel works sometimes. It's kind of a bummer. Right here, it wouldn't be crazy for you to just pick up the Dwight. Okay, all right. She's going for the save. She's getting greedy. Even here, it's not... Oh, man, respecting pallets. This is what I was talking about pallet respect. See, you're kind of giving them time to pick up Dwight here, which is a little bit risky. Okay, right now, I think you should pick up Dwight, hook him, and then use this to your advantage. The fact that she's a fresh look. Let's see what you actually do. Yes. Yes. Okay. This is a rough situation because... I don't think you should have respected that pallet. Like, FYI, I don't think you should have respected this pallet right here. This is kind of what I mean about pallet respect. Like, pallet respect can screw you over in a lot of times, because, like, right here, if you just hold W, right? Like, if you just hold W and you just follow her and chase her, you get a hit here. Like, you 100% get a hit here. But because you back away from the pallet, you know what I mean? Like, you're, like, scared of the stun. You're like, oh, God, I don't want to get stunned. Oh, God. Like, look, like, you're right here. You're close enough. And then you're like, oh, God. And then she just gets a loot for free, you know? And then she gets there, then she's safe. Like, if you had just held W there, you would have got a hit. It ends up working out anyway because you get this Fang, so it's not that big of a deal. But it's still just something that you don't really like to see. Also, your Surge got value again, which is nice. I think it popped on that same gen, which is nice. You get a hook on this Dwight. In fact, you should slug here. Definitely slug here. Don't pick up. Don't pick up. Slug here. There were scratch marks all over that body. Okay, yeah. There was someone nearby. I think you just didn't see it. Hit him. Wait, what are you doing? Hit him. Wait, what is this? What are you doing? Hit him. What are you doing? What? Why did you... What? What? Why did you do that? Like, I mean, you're assuming he has borrowed time, which is pretty accurate. Like, of course he has borrowed time, but like, why are you just waiting here and doing nothing? Like, all of his teammates are like leaving the vicinity, and you're just letting him get free heals on this Fang. Like, you can smack him right now. He goes into deep wounds. He's definitely not going to pick her up, like, in between smacks. There's no way. There's no way he picks her up. So you kind of just like let him heal. You like wait for like 5 seconds. I don't know if you were trying to wait out borrowed time, but borrowed time is 15 seconds. So like, you're not really going to wait out borrowed time in a situation like this. Like, that's a long time to wait. That's longer than it's going to take him to pick her up. That's for sure. Like, you like kind of let them get away with plays here. You should have had that Fang down And this guy should have also been down or at least in deep wounds because now he might have DS. This might screw you over because he might have DS. You're going to come kick this with pop, which is probably a smart move. And see, here's the situation. Okay, there's scratch marks all over you. There's an ace. This is not a bad play because he's full health. I mean, what I'll say about this, I never know what advice to give on people that do stuff like this. I just feel like, I don't know, maybe you need to turn your sensitivity up or something. Like, I was gonna say don't swing until you see him. I feel like you just swing too early. Like, you saw him to your left and you're just like, you start swinging right now. Like, you don't want to swing until the person is actually in your camera. Like, you saw him to your left, but then he's gone, and then you start swinging even though he's not actually in front of you. Like, you don't want to even hit your M1 button until there is a person. Like, you want there to be a person. Like, you want the ace to be like, hi, I'm Ace. Oh, God, you have a knife. Oh, God, I'm so scared. Ah, you know? Like, this is when you want to hit M1. You don't want to hit M1 when this guy's off screen. Because then you're not exactly sure if you're going to be able to track him. And that's what happens here. Like, you miss out on a free hit, and then you go into cooldown, which is a bummer. And you're just not really doing anything. Like, you had potential. You had, like, potential for so much map pressure. I mean, shit, you still do. Look at these guys. They're throwing so hard. These guys are throwing so hard. They picked up the Dwight. But that's kind of okay, because you can get this Feng, too. If this is really smart, you can get a hit here. Downer. Great. 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 Hook that Zarina. Honestly, don't even hook. Oh, you're swinging too early. Even there, like, you maybe could have got a hit. Like, it's a shame. You're missing out on, like, so many hits that you could be getting because you're just swinging early. And you got to watch for that. All right, the Dwight's here, too. They get that instant unhook. You got to watch. These guys are really altruistic. Like, you got to take advantage of these guys' altruism. She was inside there. You saw the little pickup prompt. This is kind of risky. They might pick her up. You get more pop, and then they picked up the dude. Yeah, they picked him up. See, this ain't good. Like, you're letting them get away with so much. Like, right here, even, you had a guy down, like, in this jungle gym. Like, if you look, he's right there. You get like the little prompt to pick up there for a second. You hear him crying, and you get like the little prompt to pick him up right there. You get the pickup prompt down here on the bottom. You like know these guys are playing super altruistically, but you go kick this gen that has like 10% progress on it, and then let this guy get picked up, which is just, it just loses you map pressure, you know? Like, you already let that guy get picked up over there. I feel like you're not like this gen is barely worked on. Like that thing is literally barely worked on at all. And you like took the time to come kick it, even though it didn't really need to. And that was like a big misplay. Because now even here, like the full health guy gets away. Like, he's now up and running and able to loop you again. I mean, yeah, sure, you have everybody injured, but like, at what cost, you know? Hopefully you get it down on her again here quick. This Feng seems like she's not very good. Based on what I've seen, seems like she's not very good. So you should be able to get it down quick. You do. So like, that wasn't like, it wasn't that bad. But again, like, being able to manage your, ooh, that was close. Being able to manage your map pressure whenever you have it building up is like huge. Like, you had so much map pressure. You had like 2 people down and another guy injured. That was so much map pressure if you just managed it correctly, but then you didn't. This isn't a bad, it's really not a bad idea to proxy camp here a little bit, because you know these guys are playing super altruistically, or at least they have been. You kind of wander away a bit. You just see a crow fly on the way, so you know somebody's there. They get the unhook. It's the Zarina. She fakes the vault. This Zarina likes to fake vault. You should definitely keep that in mind. Like, you kind of played that. That was a nice little moonwalk thing you did right there. Like, that was pretty good. Also, this Zarina seems like she's pretty good, so it wouldn't be a terrible idea to not chase her. I'm just gonna throw this out there right off the bat. Wouldn't be a terrible idea to just not chase this Zarina, because you can tell she's gonna be pretty good, but you catch her anyway. So you know what? What the hell do I know? What the hell do I know? Good down. A couple more gens got done. You got Surge to proc again, so that's nice. You take her over, hook her. Hey, all right, well, this Feng, dude, what the hell is she doing all the time? What is she ever doing? This is also not a bad idea to slug here and kind of just see if you can find somebody, because this is a lot of map pressure between the two of them. Although I think that Feng is dead on hook, right? Haven't you hooked her quite a few times? She might be dead on hook. It might be worthwhile to just get her out of there, you know? I'm pretty sure she's dead on hook. You should probably just go back and hook that Feng, really. Like, why? Okay, Why are you this far away? This is a major throw. Okay, so basically what's going on, let me try to draw you a diagram to tell you what's going on here. Whoops, I unpaused it. Okay. This is the map, right? This is the map. Right now, you have a hooked survivor here and a down survivor here. And they're like, oh God. Like, these guys are both like, help me, help, help. This Legion killed us and we need assistance. And you went the whole way over here. Like, you're literally right here right now. So what you could do is you could like use this to your advantage and kind of like protect it, right? Like you can like maybe either hook this guy at a nearby hook and then have like, you know, 2 hooks here, or you can leave him on the ground and kind of just have this entire like corner of the map that's like in your control, that like the survivors need to come here. They need to make a play. In a situation like this, the survivors need to make a play. Like they must make a play. If they don't, one survivor dies and another survivor dies as well. Like 2 survivors die if they don't make a play, which is huge, you know? Like with 3 gens left, they have to make a play there. They can't just leave this alone. You going the whole way over here means that they can just go handle this for free. Like they can go over, pick up this survivor, unhook this guy, and then also get away without even getting chased before you even make it back. And I feel like that's probably what's gonna happen. I mean, I'll wait to see what happens, but this is a major throw. If you have 2 people down like this forces the survivors to you. You don't have to stop and start going to them. This forces them to you. And like, I know I'm not trying to like condone camping, but in a situation like this is just like a major game throw. You know what I mean? On top of that, like this team has been very, very, very altruistic too. Like there's been very, very many situations where you like leave the hook for half a second and they get unhooked. So this is just overall a weird play. Wow. As soon as I play it, that's what happens. They unhook. I'm sure they're about to pick up that. Yep, they pick up the fang, and now they're probably like gone. You know, you're not even close enough to get one of them down, even though you had 2 of them down. So you come over here, get the Dwight. That was a major game throw though. Like you had so much map pressure. I'm not sure if you're gonna get that much map pressure again. If I were you, I would just kill that fang. That fang is very clearly just like, she's like trolling, dude. She's like straight trolling. Like, what the hell is she even doing? Every time you see her, she's like working on a gen injured or like just walking and like not doing anything. It's so weird. So you're chasing this arena. You lost the scratch marks. You lost the scratch marks. This is also not good. Okay, so I can't blame you too much for this because like it's Ormond. But like, first off, okay, you just saw her at this window, right? Like, look, like you see her right there. Like she was right there at the window. And you come around the corner and like, if she went this way, like had she gone this way or this way, you would have been able to see her. Like you would have been able to just physically see her. The scratch marks on this map are kind of hard to follow, but you can see that they kind of go this way, you know? Like they sort of kind of go that way. They're very hard to see, but they definitely go off. Like I think they go off to the left here. And you kind of like, there's nothing over there. There's nothing on the ground here. There's no blood. There's no scratch marks. There's nothing. So you like, I don't know, man. You like taking the time to like come over here. It's also very rough. Like you can't be losing people mid-chase. Because now, like again, here you go. You have no map pressure now. You have like essentially no map pressure. I mean, yeah, you have 1 guy in deep wounds. But like, that's it. That's it. You know? Thank God this guy's just working on this gen injured and not caring about anything. What was that? Okay, so I'm gonna back it up. Okay, like, so you lost all your map pressure here because you made a really bad play around the hooks, and then on top of that, this is a terrible play. Like, you need to like practice tracking for sure, because you definitely like can't be just losing chases like this. This is really, really bad. If you're just randomly losing survivors that you're chasing, then you're never gonna be able to keep up map pressure because this is huge. This goes from like you would like after that misplay, you know, you didn't really have much map pressure anymore, but at least you were chasing a guy, right? Like at least you were chasing a guy and you were probably gonna have him down soon. But you losing him means that even he's not has any pressure on him, which means he can then go work on a gen. You get no pressure on anybody. Like you literally are just wandering around doing nothing. No pressure is applied to the survivors at all right now, which is a huge bummer. And then we can fast forward to like this situation. This was just a weird one. Like he turned around to he obviously turned around to dead hard at you, and he like got stuck for a second, and you didn't wait long enough. Like I think that you predicted his dead hard. Like, it seems like you knew he was going to dead hard because you didn't swing right away, but you definitely still swung. Like, you needed to wait a little bit longer, you know? I will say that kind of seemed like bullshit. Like, it kind of seemed like you got robbed. Like, his dead hard seemed kind of laggy, but still, like, that was... And also, why are you popping your power here? Why are you popping your power here? He's injured. You don't have to do this. This is unnecessary. All right, well, we'll see how this goes. This is also really bad. Man, you had such a good start this game, and then you get pallet stunned by a full health guy. See, now this is like a much worse chase. You're in a much worse chase than you had with that Dwight. That Dwight was injured, and he had used dead hard. So, like, right here, this is such a bad play as Legion. I feel like you should never be doing this. This is like a big... This is a big reason why I say this all the time as Legion, and I'll say it again. If you're chasing somebody that's injured like this guy's already injured, there's no reason to pop your power here. Like, there's literally no reason to at all. Like, you can just chase him down and get it down. Like, getting a down on him is going to be so, like, even if all 4 survivors are here, getting the down on this guy is more valuable than putting all 4 of them into deep wounds. Like, I'm not even trolling. Like, it's literally better than putting all 4 of them into deep wounds because it applies pressure to all the survivors because they have to get the pickup or the unhook or else he dies. This is a really, really bad time to use your power. Like, really bad. This is like another major game throw. You've had a couple big game throws, but this is definitely one of them. Because you pop your power here and then, like, you hit this guy short and you put him into deep wounds, but then you just, like, leave him alone and you, like, go chase somebody else, you know? Like, you could have had him almost down, but then you come over here and then you find a guy that's full health, and then the thing that sucks is you don't even get to hit on this guy that's full health. Like, it's kind of like I said earlier, you should have respected the pallet a little bit, kind of like we talked about earlier, but you didn't respect it at all, and then you get stunned. So now you just, like, you gave up a really good chase on a survivor that was injured and exhausted, and now you're chasing a guy that's full health. You're chasing the only full health guy, so you just kind of put yourself in a really, really bad spot. And just never ever use your power on someone that's injured. It's just pointless. Just always go for the down. So I don't know. I guess let's just see what actually happens here. You're gonna chase this ace, and ooh, you could have got a hit there. See, even right there, you could have got a hit, man. Ah, fuck, this hurts to watch. Okay, so like even right here, this pallet isn't that good. This is not that strong of a pallet. Right here, you're close enough to him. You're probably close enough to him where, like, if he tries to loop around this and get back to the pallet, you probably get a hit here. Which, like, take that hit, you know? Get that hit. But you don't. You, like, instead stop and kick the pallet, which, like, why? So anyway, we'll just continue on. You get this down, or you kick that, and then you come over here, and... See, like, even there, like... It's weird to me that you don't use your power there when this guy's full health, and you can put him into deep wounds and maybe get information about where other people are. Man, this whole thing is just being played so weird. And, like, now you leave this guy? Okay, I'll go ahead and say that, like, this was actually pretty good as far as, like, when to leave this guy. Because, like, this is a really strong setup. Like, this tile with this window, like, this long window with this pallet beside it is actually ridiculously strong against a good survivor. But I feel like you're kind of doing this thing where I feel like this happens in so many different gameplay reviews I do. It's like 2 of the biggest mistakes I see is 1 is kicking gens way too much, and 2 is like never committing to a chase and then just dropping chases randomly. Like, here's the thing, like, dropping a chase randomly like this is super risky. Like, you just walking away from this guy is super risky because you don't know if you're going to find somebody, right? Like, I might hit play and you might get it down within 10 seconds, right? Like, that might happen, but you might also wander around the map for a whole minute looking for somebody. And if that happens, then, like, you should have just fucking stayed chasing this guy. You know what I mean? It's a very, very risky play to do. So generally you should only do it if you're in a situation where, like, you need to, right? Like, if this ace clearly showed that he's, like, really good at looping and he's at, like, a tile that's, like, insanely safe, then be like, yeah, sure, I'm out of here. And you know what? He actually is kind of, like, in a position like that. So this actually isn't, like, a terrible play here, but I feel like you kind of did that to the Dwight to get to this ace as well. And I feel like it's just kind of a series, like, you haven't downed anybody even though you had multiple opportunities to, and you kind of just instead keep switching off and going to different people. But we'll see, like, where it actually goes. Let's just let's see. You're gonna go back in. There might be someone working on this. Gonna vault this window, coming in real nice and slow. There was somebody here, but they are gonzo. And they went to the side, and they ran right to the place that you didn't want to chase. Or they went inside. You can't tell. Oh, there he is. Oh my god, you almost got 360, but you got him. Okay, good shit, good shit. There's only one gen left, though. Like, again, all that, like, messing around that you just did kind of, like, cost you the game. Like, there's only one gen left done, or one gen left to be done. You kind of need to, like, make some plays now. So, Thrilling Tremors, that gen is clearly being worked on. You're going to go kick it with Pop, which is definitely the smart play. You have, like, a kind of okay 3 gen here, so you can maybe salvage this. Even this is why I'm not a huge fan of Pop. There was an injured guy right there. You should have went on that injured guy. You should have went on that injured guy. This probably isn't it. They get the unhook. You let that injured guy go. All right, I'm going to go ahead and back this up and say you should have went for this injured guy. So you come up to this, and they're like, this dude right here is injured. You know he's injured because look at that. What is that? What is that thing? What is that thing right there? Huh? Can you guess what that is? If you guess blood, you'd be correct. Woo! Cash prize! But no, seriously, there's blood there. So this dude is very clearly injured because he's fucking bleeding everywhere. So like, you should kick this and then get that injured guy. Like, you should go get that injured guy. That's another down. Like, that's a down that you can get. You can fucking get another down and like continue to snowball your map pressure. Get more Pop Goes the Weasel. But instead, you kind of just like let him go and let him do whatever the fuck he wants to do. You come back to the hook, and then you're like, well, no one's unhooking, so I don't know. And then they do unhook, and then it ends up being the full health guy. Then you're like, oh, hey, they're there. And then I don't know. It's just like, it feels like you're wasting time that you could spend doing productive things, not doing anything productive. So you hit that Fang. The injured guy's back on the gen, which like, you could have guessed that. You come up and you find this Fang. Is she going to start actually being smart now, or is she still going to be a potato? She's still kind of a potato. She's still a bit of a potato. FYI, you could have killed this Fang like halfway through the game, too. I think that's another major game throw, is that you could have had this Fang dead like literally like 4 minutes ago. I think you had her like down or injured, and you could have chased her or something. I think you like literally had her down, right? And she's dead on hook. You could have had her dead so long ago. And they pop the gen, and there's all the adrenaline, and yep, that is pain. That is definitely pain. And now you kind of just try to scramble for one kill. You see a guy way down there, but you're gonna go for it. Really, there's no right or wrong play here. You kind of have to take a risk. There's no way for you to defend both doors at the same time. So you kind of just have to take a risk here. You either just like go for this guy that you saw, or you like hang around that door and see if you can find somebody. You gotta just basically find somebody and try to down them is all really you can do. There's scratch marks here. You see them leading away, which is good, so you're following them. You don't find the guy though. Unfortunate. Reunion just loaded up Among Us. Let's go. Awesome. You love to hear it. And you're going back. Okay, they're opening that door. You're probably not gonna make it, right? Yeah, they already have it 99. You get the hit on her. You can go back in the map. Yeah, you can see if you can find somebody though. All right, you do see somebody, but you cancel your power. Interesting that you canceled your power. Why'd you do that? Why'd you do that, old Legion? You run faster while you're in your power. Did you just want to get it back up? But like, I don't think it's that important. You're following this ace. You bait him into dropping the pallet, which is not bad. That's totally, oh man. Oh man, this is something that I feel like is just gonna come with playtime, but like those are also kind of like major throws. Like if you wouldn't have whiffed all like the random hits that you went for and whiffed this game could have turned out way differently. But the amount of times that you had like a free hit on somebody and then you just like biff it for no reason seems to happen quite a bit. He's probably gonna have his teammate body block for him, so they're probably gonna all get out. Yep, he gets hit. Yep. All right. Oh, this arena needs to be careful. You're gonna no way. No way. Oh man, the Dwight could have healed her, or she could have stayed closer to the door. You're actually gonna get a second kill here. He dead hards you, but it's okay. You're not gonna get them both. Wow, you actually got a second kill out of this. That's kind of hilarious. That's actually hilarious. That fucking Zarina throwing at the exit gate. Damn, she probably feels pretty dumb. That's unfortunate. So yeah, it ends with that. It ends with the 2K. Let's see like your emblems and stuff. Hello? Emblems? I'm gonna guess you probably didn't pip. Well, you didn't pip, but you didn't de-pip either. It was just kind of like right in the middle. And let's see their builds. I mean, pretty standard stuff. I don't really expect much less. Bunch of exhaustion perks, couple decisive strikes. Actually, like one decisive strike, couple barred times. Nothing really too crazy. Really, these guys aren't running anything that wild, except for the Ormond offering is really the main thing. Okay, so let me go back and let's try to figure out like every spot that there was a major game throw. Like I won't go back to every single whiffed attack. Like whiffed attacks suck, but I think that just comes with practice, right? Like the only thing that gets you better is just aiming, right? Like if you want to stop doing shit like this, wait, where is it? No, sorry, I didn't go back far enough. If you want to stop doing shit like this right here, wait, hold on. Like this is just like this just comes from practice. Like honestly, I don't know if it's just the recording, but your frame rate looks kind of bad, which might be it. Maybe you're playing on like a computer that isn't great, and maybe your frame rate isn't amazing. That could be it, but I feel like a lot of it just comes from like practice, you know? It's like aiming better. Like if you play an FPS game, you get better just the more you play it, you know? There's really no tips to help you with better aim. Like I guess there's like aim training websites or whatever, but generally speaking, as you play more, you just slowly get better. So I think this will improve with time. I don't really think there's much for me to say about it. But as far as strategy goes, there's definitely a lot of places you fucked up strategically. Like you started out this game with like so much here. With like a down and a hook, both in the exact same area. Like this is so strong. Like, and then you also realize that these guys were playing like mega altruistically because they kind of just like hung around the hook. You could have got so much pressure here. Okay, it's so hard to find them all because I feel like the whole thing was like one big sequence. It was like one big ass sequence of like, you had so many chances for map pressure because you had all these people grouped up together, but then you just like kept kind of slipping up and like letting it go. So it's really hard for me to pinpoint the exact point, but I think this is definitely at least one of them. You like come over and hook this Dwight and you like walk away for like a second. You see a bunch of scratch marks below you. So first off, like that's a major tell. I just want to say that real quick. I didn't even point this out the first time. I was going to back up and point it out, but I didn't. The fact that there's a bunch of scratch marks right here means that somebody was just trying to pick up this Fang. So you should be like looking around, you know, like looking around a little bit. Like I guess you kind of do look around because you like turn to the left here and you're like, hey, is anyone here? But you like come the whole way over to the pallet, you know, like you come way too far. There's somebody right on top of that Fang. And I think that's whoever got the unhook. And then even after this unhook comes through, instead of like, I don't know, like you could have, well, actually chasing that Zarina probably would have been a bad play because you would have chased her away from the slug. But like this here was just weird. Like you like just let them pick up for like reasons that are just beyond me. I feel like, I mean, I know the reason. The reason was you just weren't really sure what to do. I think you just kind of panicked and you're like, well, do I wait this out? Do I wait and hit him at the last second? Like, do I hit him now? I don't know. Like, I think you just kind of got in your own head about what to do and you just like let him pick up in your face. But that was so bad. Like you just hit him. Just hit him, man. The bar timer is like 15 seconds. You just got to hit him, you know? Because then like that Fang gets away and like, yeah, you down this Dwight, but you could have had the Fang down and this Dwight possibly down too, because you were about to hit him, and then even if he ran away, there wasn't too much around. You know, you would have had the Fang down and then this guy in deep wounds at the very least. But instead, you down him, and then you come and kick the gen, which this isn't a bad play at all. And even here, like, I'm pretty sure you get another down here too, don't you? No, this guy gets away and you end up whiffing on him, don't you? See, like, this is really unfortunate. Like, again, I feel like I need to say that when you have map pressure, like when you start to get map pressure, right? Like when you start to get downs and you get like multiple downs at the same time, that's when your play matters the most. Like, you can do fuck all for 90% of the game, but if you get into a situation where you have multiple people down and hooked at the same time, that's when you got to bring your A game. That's when you got to play good. Because as long as you play well then, you're going to win, right? Like, you will win. This is where, like, it really makes or breaks. And, like, the fact that you whiff there is really unfortunate. Because that could have been so much map pressure. You could have had him injured. You could have got information about where the others are. Even right here, like you down her, and then you come over, and then you find this Fang. And you even get the down on her, which is great. And like, everything's good, right? Everything's good. Everything's great. You whip in on him, which is like I said before, when you have multiple downs, that's when your play matters a lot. Like whiffing these hits and letting this ace just get away at full health is so bad. Like, he should be injured. He should 100% be injured. And even right here, you should 100% be hooking this Fang. Because I'm pretty sure this Fang is dead on hook at this point, right? I don't know if it's this point that she's down on hook or if it was a different point, but you can definitely hook her right here. And then I think she's just dead. But instead, you like come over, you kick this gen, and you let her get away. Like you had so much map pressure, and you kind of just let you let them get the unhook with no punishment whatsoever, and then you let these guys get the pickup with not really very much punishment whatsoever, aside from putting that guy in deep wounds. Like I don't know, there's just not really a lot that happens here. Actually, I think you down her again here too, don't you? Don't you down her again? I think you down her like a bunch of times. Maybe she's dead on hook at a different stage in the game. Actually, I might be thinking of a different time. I was. Okay, I skipped forward. You hooked her, and then she got unhooked. And what happened is you down the Zarina again, and you hook her, and then the Fang does the same stupid play. She does the same dumb play of sitting on the gen while injured. And then you down her, and she's literally dead on hook. Like, you can, even if she has Decisive Strike, which I don't even know if she does, but even if she did, and it was active, you can pick her up, eat the Decisive Strike, down her again, and then kill her. And getting that one person out of the game, like having one less survivor is huge. Because like, imagine if you're in this situation you're in right now with one less survivor. Like say this guy was just gone, right? That means there's only one guy left. If you find this guy, you literally just win, right? Or even like, say like if like you never injured this guy and you just have this guy hooked, it's just like it's one less person, right? Like this guy that has to come get the unhook, you're chasing this guy, and then there's not that one guy left to do gens, right? Like getting someone out of the match is fucking huge. It is huge. And it definitely shouldn't be like, I don't know, ignored. Like if you have the opportunity to do it, it definitely shouldn't be ignored. Absolutely. So like right here, like this was probably the biggest throw of the whole game. Like this guy is in struggle state and that guy is dead on hook. Like that's one person that is literally going to be dead once you hook her, and then another person who's like close to death. Like this is urgent. This is like flashing lights. Like, oh God, please send help. We are all going to die. You two need to get the fuck over here and help us. Like all you have to do is either A, kill this Fang, or B, just hover around these bodies and the survivors will literally come to you. Like this was the biggest throw of the game right here. Honestly, this was huge. If you're in a situation like this, never just cross the whole map. Like, listen, it doesn't matter who the fuck calls you a camper or whatever. Fuck them. This is a terrible play. And I also want to say that the other major throw I think was here where you went after this guy with your power. Like after you did that big misstep, you had like no map pressure, right? Like you dropped the chase on that one guy because you lost him entirely, and then you came over and you found him, and like gens are being worked on this whole time. Like you have no map pressure. There's nobody downed. The survivors don't need to get off gens at all because nobody is downed. They're free to just sit on gens. Like there's no one they have to save. Like what else would they do? Like they could heal, but most people don't even heal against Legion anyway, so it's pointless. Like they're probably just gonna sit on gens because there's nothing else for them to do. So what you need to do is you need to get it down so that they have to get off the gens and come get the rescue, right? Like that's how you stop gens from getting done. People always talk about getting gen rushed. The way that you stop gens from getting done is by downing survivors. So like you popping your power here to chase this dude is just like a major throw, man. You could have got a down on him and forced them off gens, but instead you end up like, this happens at like 7:24, and like when do you even get your next down? You like run over and you chase this guy, and then you run around, and then like it's like the whole way back here. Like you end up leaving him 7:24. It's a whole minute. It's a whole minute. 7:24 to 8:28. It's a whole minute it takes you to get it down, which like gens take 80 seconds. So 3 people, that's like 3 gens. It's like almost 3. That's like 2.5 gens worth of time for 3 people to get that down. Like that's a huge, like I know it sounds like stressful as fuck to have to be so time efficient, but really that's what it is. Like having a major time sink like that just completely throws the whole match, especially if you're going to be playing this game at red ranks. Like if you're going to be playing at like the big boy ranks, you know, you got to be very time efficient. So that was your other major throw, and I think that's really all there is to say, honestly. Like that's basically like the 2 major throws that happened in this game. Like there wasn't really anything else that stuck out that much to me aside from like the whiffed hits, but that's not really that big of a deal. I would say just keep those things in mind. If you have snowballed map pressure, be sure to play really careful. Make sure to use it to your advantage because you know the survivors have to come save them, otherwise they're dead. And also don't use your frenzy on people that are injured. That's the morals of the story here. You definitely could have 4K'd this game. You absolutely could have 4K'd like with ease if you took advantage of your map pressure, like with ease. These guys were actually throwing like super hard. Like they were throwing so hard. Also, pardon my hiccups, but they were throwing so hard that you could have easily gotten a 4K here. And honestly, it was just kind of a couple bad decisions that really screwed you over. And that's okay though. Like you said, like you have 450 hours. which might seem like a lot if you're newer, but take it from me, until you get like thousands of hours, like there's a lot to learn in DBD. There really is. Like, people call this game a simple game, but there's a lot to learn. So I would still consider you in the learning phase. Even though you have almost 500 hours, I would still consider you kind of in the learning phase. So don't sweat it too much. I think you played pretty well, all things considered, especially considering you're on Ormond. You know what I mean? Like, that map is fucking tough. You definitely played well, all things considered. And I wouldn't be too hard on yourself. Just focus on your decision making, and hopefully you learn a thing or two. So that's it for the video, guys. I hope you guys liked it. If you guys are interested in submitting your own gameplay for review, you guys can do it via my Discord. The link for the Discord is below in the description of the video. You can join the Discord. There's a channel towards the bottom called Gameplay Review Submissions. You can drop your video there. Basically, all I ask is that you record your gameplay. I want it to be good quality, right? Like, if it's like super blurry, or if like the FPS is super bad, or if like the audio is like unbearably loud or something, I'm not going to review it. I want it to be just base gameplay, no commentary, and like decent quality. And also, I don't want it to be like a 4K. Like, please don't use my gameplay reviews to try to flex your best games. I want your worst games. I want the games where you make mistakes, not the games where you like 4K with 5 gens left. But feel free to submit videos if you want in my Discord. I would be glad to possibly think about doing these again. And hope you guys liked it. Remember to leave it a like if you did, because it helps out the algorithm and all that. Sub to the channel as well if you guys enjoyed it, because I'm going to be uploading literally daily. And also, stop by my Twitch stream sometime. I'm live every night from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. Eastern, chilling, hanging out, have a good time. So feel free to stop by and say hello. It would mean a lot to me. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your night. I'm out of here. See ya. Take care. See ya. I'm out of here. See ya. See you later. See ya.